women don't actually want you to ask. Let me explain. So, senior year of high school, I'm 18. This is like second half of the year, so this is like first quarter 2022, okay? And I started spitting at this girl in my physics class, right? Let's call her K. Her name didn't start with K. So K, she didn't like go to my school before. Like, I basically grew up in a charter school system, and she had came in that year. She'd went to a different school, like called Ivy Hill, that was in my city, Newark. And so she came in like a few months into the school year. She's in my class. I think we might have had another class together, or some other thing. She might have been in my homeroom. That might have been what it was. But you know, I mean, she was looking all cute and shit, and I was never spitting at her because I was like too busy like being a bitch most of that year. You know what I mean? Like, I had my moments, but honestly, I always kind of struggled with that dual nature in terms of like the kind of like the fuckboy, the more like red-pilled version of me, you could say. That is like super confident, super charismatic, like pretty masculine, you know, like player boy, you know what I mean? And then there's also like the lover, and the lover is great, and that's always gonna be who I am. But it was more of like the shadow, which was like the simp, which was bad because that was no good. I was like way too down bad. I was like always emotionally attaching myself to the girls I was talking to. Horrendous. It was very bad, very bad. But, you know what I mean? I was also pretty good at rizzing some girls up, you know what I mean? And so I started talking to this girl, right? I don't remember how I got her number, it doesn't matter. It was probably in class someday, or maybe at the bus stop, something, I don't know. But we start talking to each other, blah, 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 blah. She's talking hot, I'm talking hot, right? You know what I mean? Like, this has been my favorite hoodie since 2021. You know what I mean? I'm wearing it. Honestly, I didn't like decide to wear this for a reason. But I got kind of cold, and so like I threw it on because I was like, I'll probably need this when I'm recording. And I look in the camera, I'm like, this fits. This fits the theme of the video. But so we're talking for a couple weeks, right? And you know, after school, we're doing some things, we're kissing, we're blah blah blah, we're grabbing each other places, blah blah blah. But one day, I'm like, oh yeah, so I think we were doing like some testing or some shit, and so we had like, we're getting out early, I think on Wednesday, and then on Thursday we were like out of school or some shit. And so I'm like, yo, after school Wednesday, you should come through to my crib because my grandparents won't be there yet, and we'll chill and we'll watch movies and shit, right? And we definitely knew that we were gonna do more than chilling and watching movies, right? And so she's like, yeah, of course, like, say less. Like, she was game for it, right? And so fast forward to that day, like, this was probably like a few days or like the weekend before that we arranged this or some shit. Fast forward to that day, we're on the bus, right? Because she actually like rode the same bus as me. She just got off at a different stop and we walked in like different directions. But we're on the bus, right? And maybe like 2 or 3 stops away, my boy calls me. He's hitting me up. It's my dog Nye. Now, let me just tell you, Nye is super fuckboy, super player boy, super slut, okay? So he hits me up. I'm like, yo, what's good, my guy? He's like, I think he's hitting me up like to hop on the PlayStation, I'm pretty sure. And I'm like, I'm trying to tell this nigga like how like, nah, like Shawty's about to come through so I can crush this shit. You feel me? But obviously, way not direct that, not like that, and not on some fuckboy shit. And the thing is, honestly, I wasn't even really on timing on Wednesday because I was kind of just gonna warm her up. You feel me? And then I was really planning on hitting that shit Thursday. You feel me? So like I had this shit laid out because she was gonna pull up Wednesday and Thursday. You feel me? So I'm like, I was like, yo, I'm in the green, right? Bro calls me and I'm like, I'm trying to tell him what's up. And so I'm like, yeah, now I'm just like going through so I can chill out the crib with Tamia type shit. And at the end, he says some shit like, oh yeah, run that shit up, my boy. Some shit like that, right? On some shit where she could assume that like this is like a plan or something, right? And that like my boys know about it. And so like that starts throwing her off. And I get so fucking pissed, like ending the phone, I'm like, this nigga's nice, fucking up my back, bro. You feel me? I'm like, holy fuck, bro, this is blowing my shit. Alright. Sorry, I'm gonna recover though, because I'm Himmy Turner, you feel me? So it's like she was like low key pissed about that. And let me tell you, to me, I had a temper, bro. To me, I had a temper. There was like some bullshit with her ex, and she kind of got mad at me because like her ex had like tried to pull up on her one day, and like he was there, and then after she like stopped talking to him again, I like basically pulled her in and I kissed her in his face. And I was like, she was like, oh, that was on purpose, wasn't it? I was like, sure was. Like I was on like I'm telling you, bro, I was fucking deep. But she was kind of pissed at me because like bro kind of pissed at her, and like he was like, you know, her first everything basically. And I was like, yeah, that's nice and all, but like this ain't your shawty no more, dog. You feel me? Like she not fucking with you, gang. But anyways, so like she kind of like would get like mad at me, and like she would be in her mood a lot, but I would be able to recover that shit, you know what I mean? Because I'm him. And so like I'm like, all right, I'm gonna just recover this shit when we get there. I'm not gonna trip about this. So we get back to my crib, we're in my room, and we wanted to watch a B movie together, right? That was the play. The play was watching a B movie together. Now let me tell you, bro, I'm just gonna like reliving this makes me so depressed. I'm just gonna tell you, like, this story is about to get really fucking sad. And by sad, I don't mean like tragic or like anybody like it was like bad. I mean sad as in like let me just tell it. Okay, so we're in the crib, right? So we're in my room. And we're watching B movie. Because like we both love B movie, and we were like, all right, yeah, we're gonna watch B movie like on Wednesday, right? That was the plan. Right? And so obviously the play in my head is like, oh yeah, we're gonna start with B movie and then we're gonna just get to the other things. Of course. Like, and I'm sure that was the play in her head as well. But so we're watching B movie, right? And I think I like start telling her like I think I took my shirt off. I think I took my shirt off first. And I had like had the little, you know what I mean? Had the little wife beater on. Wait. Trying to like show you guys my wife beater. Had the little wife beater on, right? So I'm in there with like the wife beater. I think I had shorts on, or I took my pants off too or something. And I told her to take her clothes off. Or I started taking her clothes off. I think I started. I don't remember. But we're both half naked on my bed. Okay, cool, right? And so I told her to sit on my lap. She sits on my lap. And then, you know, blah, 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 we're feeling each other. I'm kissing her back, I'm kissing her neck. Cool, whatever. I don't remember. I think something happened. I don't know if something happened that kind of like triggered her at first, but I know I asked her something. It was something along the lines of like, what you trying to do? Or what do you want to get into? Something like that, right? But I asked her a question. You feel me? And it was basically like, obviously this question is like, do you want to fuck? In like less subtle words, right? Or like, let's escalate things, right? And like immediately after I asked, boom, instantly turned her off, bro. Instantly, bro. Like I could immediately shift the vibe. I could immediately feel like the shift in the vibe, bro. And I was like, fuck. Because I knew, like she literally already told me. If I get in the moment, I'll do whatever you want. You know what I mean? So like, I already knew. I just have to make her feel that she wants me. And I know how to do that. And so I'm like, oh yeah, I know I can do this, right? But then there's this other part of me who's like asking what she wants. Because why? Because I'm scared. I think I have the possibility of fumbling it. Because I now have doubt. Now, I could kind of blame like Janai, and I kind of do. I kind of do blame that. But that's also on me because I wasn't like holding in my frame. I wasn't holding in my frame. It was like, yeah, nah, I got this. Like, I'm not tripping. You feel me? And so since I was like fumbling in my own frame, she could recognize that. And like, I think what it is, I'm like fumbling in my frame, and she almost needs me. Like, I'm almost like asking her to like give me that certainty back. That's what it is. I think that's what it was. I got shaken out of my frame, and then I tried to ask her if I could have my frame back, basically. That's basically what it was. Oh my God, holy shit. No wonder I fucking, yo, oh my gosh, no fucking wonder she never wanted to fuck with me again, bro. Holy shit, bro. Holy shit. Holy, that is so amazing. What an epiphany. Now, this is very clear. Here's the thing. Women, like the feminine, right, do not want your uncertainty. They already got enough of that shit themselves. You feel me? The women look to the masculine to give them the certainty, to give them the direction, to give them the instruction, to do what they want. Like, honestly, she wants dominance. Not in a, I mean, it could be aggressive. Like, it depends on how she takes it, right? I mean, shit. But I don't mean like an unsacred dominance, right? She wants that real dominance. And shit, that shit will get animalistic. That shit will get like that. And a lot of people like have those desires and they deny them. No, you can't do that. Because all of your dark desires are your dark desires. And they must be honored. Because your desires are God's desires. Period. She wants your dominance. The dominance you want to give her, the thoughts in your mind and in there that you feel about like wanting to like destroy her, like wanting to like rail her so hard that she like has no choice but to like scream so loud that her like she loses her voice. like she has to like be fucking face first in the pillow as you're like hitting her from the back. Like you feel what I'm saying? Like she wants the complete power of your will to destroy her, to melt her, to break her open. That's what she wants. She probably won't admit it. But like, if there's any women listening to this right now, they'll probably be like, and it's okay if you won't say it out loud. That's all right. But that's what they want. And so like, when you come at them with this uncertainty, like I did right in that moment, and I'm like, hey mommy, can you give me my frame back? Do you want to have sex? It's like, the fuck? You sound like a bitch, right? And it doesn't matter how you deliver it. It's like, the fact that you did it at all, boom, done. Right? Because that kind of shows to her that you don't have that certainty, that clarity, that willingness to direct, that willingness to lead, to instruct, to inflict your will, to dominate. You're not willing to follow through on your desires. Like, here's the thing, bro. I need you to understand this, bro, because this is so important. Consent is important. No one's saying that like consent is not important. The thing is, with women, consent is way more unsaid than said, okay? If a woman is in your presence, like on a date with you, that most likely means she has some attraction to you and willingness to do things with you. You know what I mean? It's like, most women don't just show up on dates with guys that they like have no fucking like interest in at all. You see what I'm saying? Especially if it's like more like beyond the first thing. But even on the first interaction, like in person, like you'll be able to feel her body language. You'll be able to sense her energy. Like after you have a decent amount of experience with women, like it does take experience. But like after you have a decent amount, you'll be like, oh yeah, this girl's fucking with me. Like you'll just know. Because like women have open bodies around guys that they're interested in. Like this girl I just got her number at the gym the other day, right? And I saw her at the gym last week, and I was thinking about picking her up last week. She had like asked me for some help to like find some equipment, but I couldn't find it for her. And we were kind of standing at this like accessory place, and she wanted to like show me this video to like see if I could if I could find the equipment for her, right? And so I'm kind of like standing, leaning up against it, like super open body, right? And she was like fully there, like kind of like not like super close, but like she was also open as well. I'm like, oh yeah, shawty's fucking with me. Like I can get to that. You feel me? Like I knew that. Now I didn't go for that then because I was messing with this other girl, but and I was taking things, you know, I was being exclusive with her at the time. But then after I ended things with her, I went up to shawty that same day. Anyways, don't worry about my sluttiness, or worry about it. You know, that's kind of why I'm here, to talk to you about it. Anyways, but women will be open with the guys that like they're with. Like her being there is like the sign that she's open to things. You see what I'm saying? I wouldn't have been able to get this girl's clothes off with her on top of my lap. Like, we're both half naked. She's sitting on top of my lap, on my bed. Like, come on, bro. Like, she's told me that she would fuck me. You see what I'm saying? Like, obviously, I know I can fuck her. But I didn't, and then I asked, and then that broke my frame, and then that depolarized her, and then she never fucked with me again. Please don't allow this to happen to you, bro. Holy shit, bro. Holy shit. You know why I made this video? Because I was literally just over here thinking, right? I've been like super deep into Hamza's dating content and like trying to like apply it to my life and like seeing how these patterns have blah, blah, blah. Anyways, I was thinking about like how I've had this dual nature, like I told you, like kind of like the red pill versus the blue pill, or like the player or and like the simp, right? The thing is, like, I think blue pill is interesting because I think there's like a sacred aspect of the blue, like, yeah, actually that's like, oh, actually, you know what? There's a writer on Substack. Her name is Tara, the Awakened Feminine, and she talked about this, how there's like the alpha and the beta, and she kind of like put it into like wolves, but then there's like the sigma, and the sigma is kind of like the guy. I think that's more so me. You know what I mean? Who has like the sacredness of the blue pill, which is like the love, the quality, the devotion, the adoration, the presence, and then who also has like the sacred qualities of the red pill, which is the dominance, the sexiness, the attraction, the polarity, the masculinity, the seduction. You see what I'm saying? Like these things. And so I like to kind of like, personally, right, like I just told you about like me watching Hamza's content. Hamza's red pilled as fuck, and I love watching Hamza's stuff because it allows me insight into like what works. But I also like don't have Hamza's exact mentality because I don't view women the same way Hamza does. Not to say Hamza's like a misogynist or like an objectifier. I don't see him like that. But we definitely have a different perspective and approach to women, and that's fine. That's totally fine. But I like to kind of have this more, I guess, like Sigma approach, where I know, like, yeah, I'm him, bro. Like, I know I can polarize women. I know I'm sexy as fuck. I know I can get pussy wet. Like, you feel me? Like, like I know there are girls that want to fuck me. Like, I know it. You feel me? It's like, yeah. I also am not like a simp, but I can hold a woman in adoration, and I can give her presence, and I can be there for her, and I can hold her emotionally and stuff like that. You see what I'm saying? That's me. But when you've kind of been brought up how a lot of guys, like how I was especially, have been like more in this like feminized approach, honestly, like most of those guys are just pussies. You see what I'm saying? Like, and the thing is, like, if you're a bitch, like if you have like so much femininity, it's like it's not authentic either. Like, that's not really you. It's like, this is just how you've been programmed to behave and to react, or yeah, to act and to think. Like, women who want to be submissive, who want to be dominated, don't want guys who are bitches, because that means they have uncertainty. That, like, you can't, like, you have to understand this. A feminine woman who wants to be broken into by the masculine does not want a feminine guy who doesn't have his own masculine to give her. You see what I'm saying? Like, that doesn't correlate. Now, if you're a feminine guy, you might attract a more masculine woman because she'll have no problem dominating you. And that's like, hey, I mean, and the thing is, like, that could be sacred. You know what I mean? Shit. Getting dominated is kind of hot. Doing the dominating is also very, very hot. You see what I'm saying? Now, for me, I can just, like, I can appreciate that I have both of those in me. And I was like, hey, I love that. You know what I mean? But you also have to recognize, like, you have to have that discernment. It's like, which of these are, like, sacred aspects of myself, and which of these are just, like, shadows, right? And that does take time. And honestly, it kind of just takes exploring them, like, actually doing it. But to kind of get back to the point, which is, like, women don't actually want you to ask like for their permission when they're trying to like escalate, because that shows that you don't have the conviction, the confidence, the kind of like the what's this word? Maybe clarity of power? Actually, maybe that's what it is. Actually, yeah, I think that's what it is. If a woman is attracted to you because of your masculinity, right, and because you can trigger things in her, right, without her, man. All right, let me like make my brain work real quick. Actually, you know what? Let me give this example because I have this written down. This needs to come up. So like, the girl that I was messing with recently, we were getting kind of slutty, right? And we were just like kissing and stuff, like making out and like touching on each other and stuff. And so I wanted her to give me head, right? And I asked. No, there was something I asked her first, right? And she didn't know what to do, right? And that I could tell that like it made her uncomfortable. And I was like, damn, I should have just like done it or something, right? And that was like in the moment. And then I asked her about like giving me head or something like that. And in that moment, she said, stop asking me questions. And I bring that up because in that moment, I was like, holy shit, this is so much clarity. Because like the day before, she had told me that like, I'm honestly game for anything you want, as long as you like ask and make sure, right? And that was kind of like let me say this. She had said to me, as long as I ask and make sure, right? Oh, okay, so like me as masculine guy with my logical and analytical mind, I see that and I'm like, oh, okay. So I ask and then I can get what I want. That is reasonable, right? Unfortunately, the feminine's language is not reason. The feminine's language is symbol and emotion, okay? And so, when she says that, she doesn't actually mean she wants me to ask. She means she wants to feel safe, because that's what she's actually getting at. When she says, I'll do anything you want as long as you ask, it's basically like, I'm completely open to everything as long as I feel safe doing it. You see what I'm saying? And so it's like, if she's currently like in the moment with me and we're doing things, then I know she's fully in the moment, she feels safe. And so if I escalate things, she'll either be fully open to it or she'll just let me know in that moment through her reaction. You see what I'm saying? But I have to have that clarity and that discernment and that like conviction of like, okay, and I'm just gonna take this where I want to go. Because that is what women desire. Women don't like want to think. Women want to feel. It's your job to think for them, to do the thinking for them, to do the clarifying for them, to do the action taking, to do the directioning for them. And if they're in your presence submitting to you, then they want you to do that. Period. Okay? And if you escalate things and then she tells you that she doesn't want that, okay, awesome. Then she doesn't want that. But it's better, in my opinion, it's better to escalate and she tells you she doesn't want it to go there than you asking. Because when you escalate and she tells you, oh no, I'm not comfortable with this, and then you just honor that, that tells her that you're willing to go where you want, you have that full clarity, you're gonna take her there, and you're only gonna stop if there's something in the moment really stopping her. And then you're gonna honor that because she doesn't feel safe. Women would love that. Women don't love if you have something you want and then you need to ask her because you don't have the clarity and you don't have the conviction to do it yourself. That depolarizes them. They don't want that. You never want to depolarize them, especially in the moment. That's how you kill moments. Oh my gosh, like making this video is giving me so much insight. This is crazy. So let me give you this last example. So there's this girl I was messing with a couple months ago, and I'd like pulled up to her. She like she goes to the college that's by my crib, and she was like at the library with her homie, and so I pulled up to her to like chill with her. I like chopped it up with her homie, and then I left, and we were in the like parking lot because she goes to the college, but she like commutes. And so we were in the parking lot just chopping it up, and we had walked around, we were talking, and then we got to this like place where she was like kind of like standing up against the light post, and I was like in front of her, and we were just like there, right? And I said, I want to kiss you. It was just like super direct, right? And the thing is, in that moment, like she said, okay, and then she kissed me. But that wasn't a question. Like, I want to kiss you isn't a question. It's like, this is like, I'm telling you what I want. You know what I mean? And I feel like that is here or there, right? Like, she messed with it because it was kind of like a really like valuing her and like wanting to hold her in like that sacredness, you know what I mean? And like I was honestly just really feeling her out. Like, this was the first time we linked up. So like we met at the gym a couple days ago. Actually no, we met at the gym the day before. Yeah. And then I pulled up on her that day. The next day. That's funny. So like in terms of like timeline, it was a bit fast, and so I wasn't sure, and so I just was like, I want to kiss you. I just told her what it was, and then we kissed, and then we did some other things too. But anyways, I say that because I was telling my homie about this, my girl Jaya, and when I told her, she was like, oh, you said it? Why didn't you just do it? Right? And like, you see that? It's like, bro, my own homie, Jaya, is literally letting me know, Jaden, you should have just fucking went for that shit, dog. You should have just did it. And although Jaya respected like my rationale for like why I like said it instead of just doing it, I think like the undertone was just like, nah, Jay, she was feeling you. You should have just did it. And so that's honestly what I want to leave you off with. A couple of my own stories, and then kind of like that seal of approval for my homie Jaya, right? Right, like an actual like woman's perspective on like when I did this. But like, please learn from my story, bro. That's holy fuck, bro. I fumbled that so hard, bro. I didn't even think about that, and I was really sticking because just now I was thinking about how when I was messing with this girl. So I started messing with this girl. I didn't have a girlfriend, but there was this girl I was really, really into. Like, we were talking junior year, but we never like got into a relationship just because I know I didn't want to be in one because like mental health bad. But I still want to be like a slut. But I wanted to take this girl that I really liked to prom, and so like I asked her and everything. We were gonna go, but then I started messing with Shawty right from Cade from the beginning of the video. And so I'm like, okay, me and Kay are messing with each other. I actually fuck with Kay, cool. So I'll probably just, although I won't ask her to prom, I mean, I might. I was thinking about it, but I was like, we'll probably just pull up to prom and we'll just vibe together. And I was thinking about, I never really had that thought up until like, I hadn't really thought about that, I guess, up until now. But in hindsight, I never thought about how bad I really fucked up, because on prom night, me and my boys got an Airbnb. And I had the V, I had bottles. I was like, bro, I had the bottles, I had the V, I had the B&B. I could have had the Shawty too. It's like, what? Like, what, bro? I got it turned up on prom night with a baddie? Like, what? I fumbled that so hard, bro. Oh my gosh. That pissed me off. That's what made me like, I was like, nah, I have to tell this story and make this video right now. But I also had this like example of like the girl I was recently messing with where she was like, stop asking me questions, even though she told me to ask her. And that's because it's not actually about asking her, it's about her feeling safe. And the thing is, she shows you by feeling safe, by submitting to you in your presence, by being in your presence, one, and then by going with your masculine direction. Like if you, okay, like let's say you want to like kiss a girl. Let's say like you haven't yet. And let's say you're trying to go for it. Like let's say you lean in or you like grab her, you tell her to come here, like you grab her by the waist, whatever. And then you kiss her. Okay. A girl is either going to dub your shit when you try to do that, she's just going to stop you, or she's going to kiss you. It's like it's either one's going to happen. And so it's like you should always just stay in your masculinity and what you want to do. Like always, because that's always going to like put women into the feminine role, which is where they want to be. That's what they find attractive, bro. And so like you do that, and when she allows you to do that, especially when you're escalating things, like when I was with her and we were doing things and I asked her about like giving me a head or whatever, like we were like she was giving me these shits, bro. Like she was busy giving me hickeys. You feel me? Like we were getting hot. You feel me? Like I could have escalated it there. And I know I could have. You feel me? But I was too busy being a bitch. I'm too busy asking questions because I wasn't 100% convicted. I wasn't fully in my frame. I was allowing it to be shaken. Women don't want you to be shaken. They want you to be firm. Period. And so when you stop being firm and you try to get her to surrender to you, she's like, what the fuck? Why would I surrender to you? You're unsteady. What? You see what I'm saying? Women don't want that. Women need you to be steady. They need you to be clarified, so that they can feel your dominance and melt into it. Because that's what they want. The feminine doesn't want to be in control. The feminine just wants to be. And so when you can be in control for her and she can just be, she's in love. She's lit. she's lit. So please, take my warnings, okay? Take the L's that I've taken and don't take them yourself. All right? Awesome. Real quick, if you don't know who I am, my name is Jaden. I'm a mystic, I'm a philosopher, I'm a polymath. My mission is to help as many people as possible live their most free and authentic lives by helping them understand who they truly are and express who they truly are. That's why I talk about spirituality and philosophy. That's why I talk about creating and content and business and stuff like that, and art. I wholeheartedly believe that if everybody understood more about the universe, that's why I talk about metaphysics, more about themselves, that's why I talk about like personal development, psychology, mental health. And if they really like express from that, if they really lived in alignment with the gift that they have to give, which is most likely some type of expression that can be leveraged via social media, or social media can be leveraged to grow it. And so everybody should be on social media, everybody should be creating. I see that as truly one of the most potent vehicles for personal growth, for spiritual development, and for just living a more beautiful life, because that's the journey I've been on the last 6 years, and especially the last year of my mystical journey. So it's a bit about me. If that resonates with you, I'd appreciate you dropping a sub. And if you like listening to audio podcasts or reading, I also have a newsletter and podcast. That's the second link in the description, the Digital Renaissance Creators. So I'll catch you there. Do it today, be better for tomorrow. Stay devoted, stay inspired. And please learn from my mistakes. Thumbs out.